like a nigga that could rap at that level that gets paid off of everybody's deal trying to rap. That's what it sounds like.
Yo, okay, first of all.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, wait, hold on.
To me, I'm not arguing with none of you niggas.
All right.
I'm not trying to debate.
Real quick. You said this paid off somebody's deal. Is this confirmed? Or this is just some inside shit that you're saying?
Oh, you think he just likes being around Sexyy Red that much?
So is this speculation?
Y'all think he just is?
I'm with you 100% with there. 100%.
You got to teach me. I don't know, nigga.
I can name some more. I can name some more people. Hey, and this is what I don't understand about you fucking Drake stands, right?
Talking.
All right, so I mean, of course, just two things real quick, and I guess one other piece I want to add since we're bringing up Joe Budden and his opinion on something. I do think what was that, maybe an episode or two ago when he was sitting here saying, "Could Drake survive without Atlanta?" And I think sometimes when people, that was maybe like an episode or two ago, but I think sometimes people forget how fast we forget. Think about how just a couple months ago y'all was sucking Gunna off. Gunna has literally done it without the support of Atlanta. Gunna has dog. Ain't nobody sit here. People talking about pick a side with Future and pick a side with Drake. No, you have literally seen not one soul outside of Offset and Chloe Bailey do anything with Gunna. Oh, and Flo Milli now. We talking about 3 artists. We ain't talking about we're not talking about. Think about how black, like how insanely people was like, dang, look how he packed out the Barclays Center. Nobody could believe that. So my point of sitting here saying, can somebody do it? When I heard him say, can somebody do it? And it's something, and again, when I always speak, I don't never put it all on Joe, because I don't think, you only can do, if this was sports, like you can only score with so many buckets. You only can get with so many rebounds on your own. I do think sometimes that relies on his co-host, where somebody else got to be able to give you some realistic pushback. And then sometimes like you can't, and I understand when I'm listening to him, it's like y'all kind of speaking from the privileged place of I don't really have to be outside. And I think then to me, somebody, even if it's somebody off mic or something, somebody has to be the middle class or close to poor friend who kind of can really sit here and engage and give you pushback from a regular person's point of view. Because that even just to take us in here saying, oh, do you think Drake really likes Sexyy Red that much? Then to me, it's like you never hit a girl with the jail tattoos. Let's revamp this whole conversation.
Sometimes you don't want to be seen with. I don't care how good the pussy is. You don't want to be seen with them.
Yeah, but we talking about somebody who's already popular, so you wouldn't even care.
It don't matter whether you're popular. I still don't want to be seen with you. I don't want you have a lot of bodies on your name that you don't want to be attached to.
Yeah, and if any of them, so Marcus, okay, so
you don't want to be seen.
I hear what you. Let's slow down and let's use common sense. If she was as popular as Sexyy Red, I wouldn't care.
Cap.
Nigga, you're stupid.
Okay. Just because she's popular don't mean dog that don't.
So okay.
No, we talking about Drake. That don't bring you extra success. That don't bring you extra views. So
you're absolutely right. But let's listen. Now let me bring it back down to layman's terms. Do you think the hood or people? Do you think that Kendrick Lamar response to Drake and J. Cole would have got as big of reviews and much conversation if it wasn't on a Future project? It's just a yes or no question.
What you mean? He just dropped it by himself.
If he just would have put out
I still think it would have got views or opinions.
Would it have got as much as it did as because it's on a Future project?
No, I still think because it's Kendrick. I mean, if it was somebody else,
Kendrick put out his own project. When the last time anybody talked about that? Whatever the name of that project was, Mr. Rowell and the Big Steppers.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's still Kendrick, he still has a name. I'm talking about if it was somebody else. Like if you said it was Kodak Black. I don't think it would have drawn that much attention.
Okay, let's I'm not. I trust and believe you already gonna be. You just taking this shot for Joe Budden regardless, because you're not gonna be able to get off the wall on this one. I'm sorry, no Diddy. Listen to what I'm telling you. So just let's be clear. Do you think that this Kendrick Lamar, this verse is bigger than his every song on his entire project?
On
that Mr. Rowell Big Steppers project? Do you think more people will listen to that song longer than they will whatever the case may be?
No, it's what is right now.
Oh, let's be clear. This song already goes. So yes, to answer that question, since you acting like you don't get the answer.
Him and Kodak Black song went. That's why I said it's what right now, because we hear Kendrick on that song. If Kendrick went on a song, if Kendrick would have still did that song by himself, it still would be talked about. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, it's getting talked about more because it's on the Future.
It is.
Okay, so you saying they don't talk about Kendrick at all? Whatever College Kendrick put out, you don't talk about it.
Not as much as they talking about it because it's on a Future project, dog. Future is listen to what I'm saying, and people we can argue about it. Who's a bigger artist right now and let's be. And I hate when people try to discredit the hood. We've watched Wale do a whole complete spinoff. We watched Fabulous deny making girl songs because people want to be credited in the hood. People want to be in that barber shop conversation across every hood in America. I don't care what you say. Every rapper want to sit here and be affiliated with some hood, anything. And that's why they go run and do songs with the Kodak Blacks, or they run and go do songs with Pooh Shiesty. And that's why they run and want to be seen with Sexyy Red or Lil Durk or Lil Baby, whoever. Because guess what? Let's be clear. Who sell what helps you sell more tickets? Of course, it's white America. But let's be clear, even when we talking about the Caitlin Clarks and the Angel Reese's, the reason why that's going to be and you're not going to find no other story like that, because guess what? Nobody on South Carolina don't really relate to the hood. People can't look at nobody outside of the coach. But that's why it's Don Staley in South Carolina. It's not none of the players, because none of the players have that relatability where the hood gonna speak up for you. Because realistically,
okay, but hold up. All right, let's just stick on music. That J. Cole verse on First Person Shooter, was that his best feature this year?
I don't think he did other ones bigger than that at this time.
Because he did the Kodak. He did the what's the name? Kodak. Who was that? That he did the beginning. Your Lil Yachty.
Yeah. Okay.
Lil Yachty, the Gucci man. He did a lot. That's what I'm saying. Was this his? You feel like that was his best feature? That First Person Shooter one? Between
that and the Lil Yachty joint. But we both came on here and say that J. Cole and Gucci man, no, shit was trash. Like, we not about to rewrite history.
But I'm saying, but the First Person Shooter was the most relatable. Even the last one that they did, what was the other one that they did together off the Scary Hours was named? We don't talk about it, but I feel like I feel like it's what you did lately. And then regardless of whether you put an album out beforehand, I think it's just what right now. If Kendrick would have just did it solo, I still think it would be talked about because he went at them.
If people would have talked about it, I don't think it would have had the impact that it did. That's all I'm saying. I hear you, because I feel like, of course, I'm not making it like people don't listen to Kendrick Lamar, but just trust and believe it's way more palatable for the average person who's not a Kendrick Lamar fan. Hey, you get on a perfect example. Even when Joe and was something, dang, I never could imagine him on a Metro Boomin beat, because that's not his normal.
But then who would it help more? It brought more attention to Future's album because it was Kendrick dissing Drake.
Of course, it was a marriage. It worked for both of them. Of course, you're absolutely right. It worked for both of them. But the still, too, what I'm going to initially, what I was saying is, and the reason to make the long story even shorter, is realistically that saying that Drake eating off a Sexyy Red, dog. Drake needs to be able to keep himself attached to something that's hood and ghetto, because anything else is just way too sassy. Let's be clear. Drake do a whole bunch of everything that
he don't really genuinely want to be around her. He's around her because of the money that's coming in. Oh, I got this deal. They asked me to promote this person. That's just like the little white chick. We ain't seen an interview from her since that Drake shit. For real. Nobody paid attention to her. Nobody even talk about her.
I mean, she has done interviews since,
and nobody cares.
Yeah, because it's Drake. But dog, that don't.
But I'm saying. But I feel like he is just like, all right, can I use you to promote this person to make her hotter, that make this pop even more? If I use you and you can sit here and solidify her and say, oh yeah, she's the next thing, or we can go out the roof. Let's be real. The people who maybe I kind of agree with what you're saying. For people who may be on the fence of, should I really be liking this Sexy stuff? Let's say realistically, for people who probably in their 30s and feel like they're too old to be listening to Sexyy Red, or I'm too educated, or I'm too sedity or too bougie to really intake with this Sexyy Red stuff, does Drake help make it more palatable? Yes. But for the core audience who was already pushing Sexyy Red to this high level, to where she was at, where she was in the conversations, for Nicki Minaj to even have to go do a feature with her, or for people to be mad that Cardi didn't get on Pound Town. Let's be clear, for all of those people, they do not care about Drake. For the people who are riding around listening to what's my man right now, Boss Man D-Lo, for people who like Rob 49, and people who are literally listening to hood stuff, kids who are running around with sitting here, and I can bring this topic in right after this, people who are still wearing the shiesties and the weather is changing. No, those people don't care about who is Drake beside Drake, or who in the video is Drake. They don't even care about Drake. And that's Sexyy Red's core audience. And again, when we just talk about Pretty V and all of those people, we want to make her more appealing to. We not want to make her appealing to the hood. We want to make her appealing to everybody else. That's how we get more people in it. Yes, she can black out all these hood spots, but we want to put her and be able to put her in arenas. I gotta make her more attractive to everybody else. So me adding Drake taking pictures with her, Drake doing this and doing that with her, makes her look more, oh, all right, damn, yes, we can't tolerate, oh yes, we can bring her out. Oh yeah, I want to book her for this show. Oh, maybe she not get we can't think about it like just a couple of what months ago she was getting water bottles thrown at her. But I feel like now, all right.
I mean, but that happened to everybody. So that's not even like that don't matter. What do that matter? Niggas shit they got thrown at Drake. What that mean?
But I feel like Drake did solidify her. Like, all right, damn, she might be legit.
I totally disagree with that take. I literally think she was already solidified, dog. Like you can't, you sit here saying that he solidified her is crazy.
No,
like,
I'm not
that to me is that when Joe said that is almost like you're just you're giving Drake too much credit right now.
No, but you can't say that because that song is still okay, we talk about that For My Dogs. Well, only 2 songs we talk about: First Person Shooter and that song. We don't talk about nobody else.
But who are you giving? Why are you giving credit to somebody? She's on the hook. She carried that song. What are you talking about? So why are you giving the credit to Drake and not her?
But Drake is still been around her. We already shot the video. We still doing stuff around. He's still hanging around her. That's what I'm just saying.
So who is benefiting, him or her? Because Joe's trying to make it like she's benefiting from him. He is benefiting from her right now. She is that right now. If you're talking about just off of Hat, what's Hat? What are people listening to right now? That Get It Sexy song is probably the hottest song outside of the Yeah Glow. And I guarantee you that Glorilla would, if she was in this room right now, she would argue you down about sitting here being careful on how you can try to clean yourself up too fast. And that is the reason why Sexyy Red is Sexyy Red, and that is why people like her, because dog, she's not like the rest of the girls. She's okay, she got her some fake titties, but she still look dirty. It don't matter what she got on, she still look dirty. So it makes it easier and more palatable and more relatable for the average woman who go to work every day, or the average woman that's on welfare, or whatever the case may be. That makes it way more digestible because they can see themselves in the Sexyy Red. Sexyy Red is not too far from them. Sexyy Red is just your normal girl. Oh, boom, I just got my tax money done. I'm about to get my body done. I'm about to go eat extra crab legs or whatever case may be. That's Sexyy Red, dog. Nobody, the average person don't want the super cleaned up Young Miami. That's why they look for every chance they get a chance to kick Young Miami back in. They do now because you too made up. You went too commercial. You went too clean. You thought you were bigger and above the average person who got the city. Why the city girls became a thing? You sit here and started to look down and talk down to them. Every time you got mad at somebody on Twitter, you called them broke or whatever the case may be. Though the same people who gonna bring you up, them gonna be the same people who can't wait to bring you back down. Let's be clear. And that's why realistically, Nicki Minaj. Like I seen a video earlier today, and it was a dude. I think he was like a super huge Nicki Minaj fan, a gay dude, and it was a video going viral from him at the concert last night in New York. And then it was a video from him, I think 11 years ago. He was super, like you could see the choose different. Like he got facial hair stuff now. He in the concert still going crazy, rapping her songs word for word. And then he was younger, and it was probably, let's say it might have had been just on Twitter because this video looked like it may have been 10 or 11 years old. Like he just looked super young, but he was dancing wild and crazy, but he still had that same energy and that same love for Nicki. And that's why when I looked at it, I was like, damn, Nicki probably to everybody else besides her core, the Bobs, we probably look at her crazy and look at her like she unhinged at times and like she going off the rails, but then it's still like to her core audience where they feel like she never switched up on us. She never act like she was above the Bobs. She never sit here and really discredit them. And for a lot of female rappers, what you're sitting here saying is, hey, let me get more appealing. Yes, you can get more appealing to mainstream America, but if you don't have that pen and you're not capable of sitting here, be able to make the music to keep up with that mainstream look, dog, you're going to fall off just like the city girls. That's why even when I said when that tweet with JT and she was just saying like, thank God for allowing me to go through this storm and to be able to separate myself from certain things so I can sit here and be on the other end. And I felt like that was almost like a jab at the Young Miami situation. It may not be a jab at Young Miami, but it was just kind of like, dang, me and her went our separate ways at the perfect timing, basically. Like I got to avoid myself, like me trying to become a solo artist and me having to have my name attached to the Diddy stuff or attached to any of that other stuff. Because she never was around them doing them parties. She was never around just doing too much. So she realistically get to build her own solo career. And she make jokes about it all the time. Like she had a video and she was sitting here saying, yeah, I'm gonna put out my album sometime doing this, doing like right before the summertime. Hopefully, God willing, I have 17 fans by then. Like even just those, because she's okay with joking on herself, knowing that I'm starting from scratch, becoming a solo artist. So these shows, her putting out video footage of like her doing the shows and just everybody wearing the t-shirts, like whatever album coming soon. Like I like that, dog. But again, like I said, I understand what Joe is trying to say, but I think you're discrediting the people who actually support Sexyy Red, who got her hot. They don't care about Drake, dog. I'm sorry. People in the hood, them kids who listen to NBA Youngboy don't care about Drake.
Yeah, you might not care about Drake, but I feel like just he does have some value to it.
Of course, nobody's saying he don't got value, but
I think that's what Joe was saying. Like he's getting paid to be this, buddy with her. I don't think it's a genuine love.
I mean, you can't. I don't know because I don't necessarily know what their friendship is based off. I can't. It's hard to debate that one. That's why it's like it's cool, and I think that is one of the things that I guess Joe is in a blessed space because people feel like because he's been in those circles before. It's like when he says stuff like that, it makes it more believable. But all I can see here, we compare to sports. Denver Nuggets fans don't care about LeBron James. Don't. When he come in there with that jersey and all that goat talk and all that other silly shit, guess what? Denver Nuggets fans, they don't care. Yeah, all right, go to who? We own you, sir. I don't care. All that leader go stuff at the door. And that's how I feel like for diehard Sexyy Red fans and people who are, like I said, young boy fans, people are who are just really into like street music, like gangster rap, like trap music, like that real stuff. It really give you that feeling when you listen to it, you get chill bumps. Don't care about Drake, dog. Hey, don't care if their favorite artist, like a young NBA young boy fan, do not care if Drake never do a feature with NBA young boy. I promise you they don't. And if we keeping it a buck, I don't even care if I never hear Drake and Sexyy Red do another song again. Because guess what? That Get It Sexy go crazy. And guess what? Ain't not a feature on it. People are more mad that Sexyy Red ain't have Hurricane Chris in the video and instead of having Soulja Boy on there. That's what I'm saying. She's tapped into a different type of group of people, and you won't understand that if you don't pay attention to that. Because that sample is from Halle Berry. Halle Berry. That little beat, however they redid the beat, it was from the Halle Berry joint. So, and people was just like that. But I'm even happy for Soulja Boy, like for her to even use Soulja Boy, even give that video that 2000s feel and look like that's just like, bro, she tapping into something completely different. And I think a lot of artists, because when you get tied into the more money, more power situation, and you start to get these looks, it's so easy for you to deviate away from actually what got you where you at. You want too much extra celebrity. You want to go to from the chilling circuit to the big arenas too fast, dog. It's take your time. And then don't rush it. What you rushing it for?
Sometimes do the money last that long? You gotta get it while you can right now.
It lasts long if you sit here and stay to your core audience, nigga. We had this conversation already. We already talked about Boosie. We talked about this already. It lasts. Yes, it do. Nigga, Boosie still get $40,000 a joint. Yes. And he booked up every weekend. It lasts, dog. Take your time. Stop rushing. You ain't nothing to rush. You speed rushing, and you guess what you're gonna be? You're gonna be like McCona. It's a long list of niggas who was rushing and hop on Drake dick, and them niggas is nowhere to be found now. Yes, it will happen to you. If you ain't everybody not ready, dog. Everybody ain't ready for the big show. How many people go viral and they be hot for 1 second, and you be like, damn, where this person been? Because everybody is not ready, dog. Yeah, you get the money while it's hot, and then what? You will be pissed if you got to sit here and go work a regular job and you had a hit song at one point in time. Like, nah, dog, that's not for everybody.
Like I said, we in that era where people just want to get hot right now.
I don't think Sexyy Red do. I think she don't care.
But I'm just saying for the long haul, I don't think nobody's looking for the long haul. They're looking for right now. I want to be this. I want to be the celebrity. I want to be the it thing. I don't think nobody's looking like, oh, damn, long haul. Yeah, I still want to be mentioned. I don't want to be mentioned in the greats because really, like, who is putting down the body of work where I am putting albums out every year? I want to put out this body of work and I want to be mentioned with the greats. Well, oh, I sold this many albums. I feel like it's right now. Or if I made hot, or I made this.
I disagree with that. Name the top 10 rappers out right now. I guarantee they've been out for longer than 10 years.
A lot of people been out for more than 10 years. That's what I'm saying. But do you really right now and in this era, would you sit here and take, let me get a hot song?
Who are we talking about though?
Well,
put a name on it. Like, stop saying people people living that, because I don't think that is what people. When people try to sit here and say that, I don't believe it.
Okay, so right now, so my question was: you saying that Sexyy Red is looking for the Nicki Minaj career, the long term?
Yes. Who wouldn't want to be rich for the rest of their life? No, you think somebody want to sit here and be Young John?
So you would want to be put in those positions where I'm doing songs with Drake. You don't want to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm just doing the hood feature."
Okay, Marcus, slow. Let's go back and let's rewind to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj didn't jump out with a Beyonce feature. It took her time to get there, dog. Nicki Minaj was out for years before she got her first Beyonce feature. What are we talking about?
She didn't jump, but she still had features. She was under a label, but that's what I'm saying. Even with Sexyy Red's not under label. So you saying don't take the Drake feature?
I'm not. You missed the whole point. I never said don't take the Drake feature. I said that Joe Budden was giving Drake too much credit. That was it. That was end all stop. I didn't say that she shouldn't do shows with him. I'm sitting here saying you're giving him too much credit. You're making it like this is a one-way street, that she's only benefiting and he's not benefiting from being around her. He's trying to make it like, oh, he's only around her because he getting paid off of her. No, he knows how to stay hot. He know how to keep himself. And I'm sitting here supposed to be Drake. If everybody sit here and put me in a box with, I only deal with these certain amount of women, which I do not know why we put him in that box, because every time we always see him dealing with some completely different type of looking woman. From the women that he lust over from this nigga baby mother. Like, let's be serious. Niggas be trying to put him in a box that he don't even want to be put in. But again, so that was the main point of this conversation is I think he was giving, again, a Joe's infatuation with Drake, and going back into what we say and say, some names just click, it hit harder. Hey, If Joe Budden say something about Drake, everybody gonna click it. Everybody gonna want to watch it. I think he understands that and he know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, let me say something outlandish that the blogs can pick up about Drake. But again, that's to me, eventually, that trick will die down just like the Skip Bayless, LeBron James situation. If Joe not looking, you sitting here talking about people not, sometimes, yeah, you may not look further enough. I'm just paying attention to what's going on right now. But if you're going to live and die on that Skip Bayless, LeBron Hill, eventually your opinion's going to sit here and die out because then you'll see people like, all right, yeah, he talking about Drake. I can't take his opinion serious no more because everything is just Drake slander at this point.
But then you got to look at the landscape. I mean, who else could you really sit here and talk about where it's like, all right, I'm gonna attract people to come look at my page, or you gonna come check up an episode because I'm talking about this person. And I think that's the thing we still forget about. Like, yes, Drake is the LeBron right now. So yes, me mentioning Drake or whatever the case may be, it's going to attract people there. I can't sit here and talk about 42 Doug or any of them other people because nobody really cares.
But again, that's your opinion and that's for your age demographic. Because if nobody didn't care, then academics wouldn't be academics.
But that's why
no jumper wouldn't be no jumper. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
so
what you mean? Oh,
they all got platforms because they talk to those people and they talk about those people. No, that trap Lil Ross dude, though, I go on his YouTube, though, and I probably need to stop going on his junk. No, I can go on his YouTube and sit here. He'll just be talking about some random street rapper who done got like 70 bodies. And I'm like, dog, why did I just sit here and click this? Because when you start watching, if you get past 5 or 10 minutes in, boy, you locked and loaded, you're gonna watch the whole hour and some change or however long it go. And the bigger the person is and the longer they live, the longer it's gonna go. Like he had the NBA YoungBoy jump for 6 hours, dog. What are we talking about? You are older, so yeah, you may not, but guess what you're gonna do.
But then that just goes back to look what you sitting there saying. Well, yeah, I will sit here and watch somebody talk about somebody having 60 bodies killed. Like what that's my thing. Like, is that a goal? Like, oh, that's what I want to reach. Oh, yeah, I want to sit here and talk about this, and that's the more attractive than sitting here talk about current music. I mean, with the whole Drake situation. That's why I say I feel like when you saying my age group, but like, okay, when do you sit there accept? All right, my age group is not the same as what I did when I was younger. What I looked to it when I was younger.
Oh, I mean, it depends. Like I said, I can't tell. I can't tell. My only thing is, I wouldn't tell him how to be. He's already successful in his speaking space, but I get that. But listen to what I'm saying. So that's cool. But then the only thing I would sit here and bring to his attention is Skip Bayless. That's all I would say. That's the perfect example for me right now. Skip Bayless.
Even when you say Skip Bayless, we still watch and go to hear the nonsense or whatever he got to say.
Who do? Nobody do. We already had this conversation.
You're saying that now because Shannon Sharpe is not there. That's right. That's another mistake he made. Keyshawn and none of them are not the same as Shannon Sharpe or Stephen A. That's two fails that he might have made. That that's might mess my career up. So of course, at the end of the day, that's why I'm just saying to you're saying, well, I got to keep going down. Don't go up. You saying go down, talk to the young crowd. You don't hear no, like my question is, do you actually go to a high school and be like, oh yeah, well, I heard Joe talking about such and such? No, you don't hear that. The crowd that watches Joe or even listens to Joe is an older crowd. So for you to say and say, well, you just don't go out, but okay, he is an older person. You can't say and say, I'm talking to a younger audience where you're not at a younger audience. You're not going to no football game.
Okay, so okay, I hear everything you say, and you be absolutely right. But then it would be still okay if that's the case. If you are that old of a person, then my thing will be, all right, well, then you should be ready to talk to Candace Owens. Like everybody literally, like when I was listening to that Joan, I told you I was listening to the other day, they just completely like, all right, we know he's just doing his Joan for clicks and bakes. It's cool. We don't even hold him to the same standard as we hold a Charlamagne. So I'm with you. If you're sitting here saying, if I'm gonna be older, because guess what the Breakfast Club don't do? If you still watch Angela, you still talk to everybody and their mother. And I'll be like, oh, damn, a lot of these younger artists may be coming to the Breakfast Club off the strength of Angela Yee because she still got all the young Detroit people coming up there. She still got all the reality people. And the Breakfast Club really has real live pivot to more of, I'm talking to more politicians, I'm talking to more book writers and authors. So yeah, you're absolutely right. If you're older, and if that's because I can see that with the Breakfast Club, so I can't be mad if I go to the Breakfast Club and if it was from Monday through Friday, all they have talked about is to politicians. I can't, because I can clear as day. I can see, yes, they are older. You absolutely, but you cannot sit here and say, hey, I'm older and I still want to talk about hip hop. If you still want to have hip hop dialogue, though, you're gonna have to eventually go down younger. So you're absolutely right. If I'm older and I'm sitting here trying to act like I'm older, and you can't be old and be like, I still want to talk about hip hop, and then at my where I'm stopping at, the bridge I'm going to die on and keep only talking about is Drake, bro. That shit after a while is it's going to be Skip Bayless talking about LeBron James. Like, dog, if you're gonna talk about sports, if you're gonna talk about music, then talk about it. You cannot sit here and say, like, bro, perfect is I could not believe and I don't want to sit here and keep harboring on that too long, but though even that lazy ass Beyonce take. Nigga, I listen to that, and I don't even listen. One, I don't listen to country music, and I don't listen to Beyonce. But I know for a fact that I got a large enough female audience that I was like, oh, I need to at least listen to this so I can have a realistic conversation. And when I listen to the Jolene joint, I'm like, oh, this is a woman coming to a woman as a woman. Like that's that little, oh, don't come to me as a woman. If you actually sit here and took time to listen to it, oh, that's what that was.
But then that's why I don't get when you say, all right, if you sit here and say you can listen to a whole Beyonce that album, but then you say you can't listen to R&B because you're not with a woman, then that's why I'm just like, you only listen to it because yes, I needed something to talk about. But are you really listening to it like, all right, I'm taking what she's saying, or I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
nigga, did you just listen to what I just said? Did you listen to? I just broke down that song.
Okay, what other song did you listen to that you?
The rest of it was just country. It was R&B. But we talking about a subject matter that I can have something to take away. Listen, I can't sit here. I can listen to whatever. But if it don't give me something to
the rap song that she
that don't. What that is? Marcus, can you slow down because I'm telling you, your argument is not gonna make sense. I cannot sit here and take something that ain't nothing there for me to have a dialogue about. Yes, I can listen to the whole project, but the song that got my attention the most was the Jolene song. That song was like, oh, this is something that real life. She really talking to somebody. And the original song was a woman kind of like fearing for her relationship. Where Beyonce was kind of like, nah, you better. Right? Yeah, it was a Dolly Parton joke. So it's a difference. Yeah, I listen to all the songs, but all the songs don't have dialogue to have conversations about. I can listen to the song and be like, oh, it's good. Oh, it's fire. I like the way I can sit here and be like that. Yeah, she was rapping her ass off on that joint. Like if Beyonce wanted to put out a whole rap album, she could. She snapped on that song. What is that? It's called Spaghetti 2.
But that's what I'm saying. But how you just can't sit here and say you can't listen to R&B, where R&B is talking about relationship feelings and all that. But you're big on expressing your feelings and all that. That's why I'm saying how you can't sit here and listen to R&B.
Because everybody don't, because the same way everybody is just like we go tie back in the basketball, nigga. Everybody ain't Angel Reese, nigga. Some people are they black, but some of them are South Carolina, nigga.
But my thing is, you're more emotional than I am. You can express your feelings. You can write, you can send out, you can say how you feel, or you can show you whatever. But you saying you can't sit here and listen to the
because you got to be in the mood to listen to it. Like and every time I'm not gonna be in the mood to sit here and be like every week I'm about to come in here and talk and listen to R&B. Like nigga, no, I'm not in the mood to listen to that shit.
So how did you listen to that the Beyonce? The album.
Nigga, because it's Beyonce. Are you stupid? What are you? Why you? What are you talking about?
To her. That's
so
what I'm saying.
But guess what? Listen to what I'm saying. If you sit here had to be the A mic and you had to sit here and drive people to listen to a goddamn episode, if you ain't talking about a Beyonce album to sit here and did 300 and something thousand the first week, you are an idiot. That is the point. Like, nigga, that's why when they would sit here, when you watch ESPN, they start their shows off. It's called the A-Block Conversations. You got to know what to talk about and what the people are talking about. You just talking about what's clicks and views. Me sitting here talking about Eric Bellinger or talking about Beyonce, nigga, are we being serious? What are you talking about, nigga? Am I going to take my time to sit here and listen to a Beyonce album or you want me to go listen to a Lloyd album? Like, nigga, what we talking about?
I'm not.
Let it load up.